Hey, my name is Seth Haddon, and I'm the author of Reforged, Reborn, Reclaimed, and Volatile Memory, which is coming out with Tor.com July this year. Welcome to my channel. This is my first video uh, since deciding to move to YouTube. I thought I'd do a channel introduction and also show you all the books that I've written. My debut novel was Reforged, which sold about 7,000 copies. It was one of those books that did well thanks to TikTok. It was published by a small press, Blind Eye Books, and it follows a young king and his paladin in a romance, very D&D inspired. And that kind of kickstarted my entire career. So this was blurbed by C.S. Pacat, who is the author of the Captive Prince series. I'd worked with Kat before 2017 in the intensive fantasy author online course. Basically, Kat mentored me there. So when I got to email Kat being like, "Hey, I've written a book," it was really lovely that they actually blurbed it. That book, Reforged, got a beautiful special edition by Faye Crate. As you can see, it was absolutely stunning, and it just did really well. And then that basically got me to other books with this small press out of Washington. Um, those books were Reborn here, which is set in the same world as Reforged, but two different characters, one of which appears in Reforged. That was kind of how I approached the rest of the series. That also got a beautiful Fake Crate edition, stunning. And most recently, I have published Reclaimed, and Reclaimed is my favorite of the series, primarily because I got better. I got a lot better at writing, and I think that it shows when you read them in chronological order. This is the curse of being an author, I think, is that you inevitably get better with every book you finish, and then you're cursed with said books being out there forever for everyone to see. So Reclaimed came out only in October, and it does have a Fake Crate special edition, but that's currently up for order right now. So everyone should go and get it. It is a trans romance, basically, but it has a trans main character. So as you can imagine, I've gotten a lot of shit, especially over the last few weeks, on other platforms like Meta, because the mere inclusion of a trans character is enough to warrant hate. Apparently, it calls them to me. I don't know how explicitly trans authors are dealing with it, because my crime is a single character. Basically, a Dragon Age inspired book. If I'm being honest, most of my books are Dragon Age inspired. I have a Dragon Age tattoo. Dragon Age saved my life. So a lot of my books are inspired by that grimdark uh, romance sim. It's a dating sim. I don't care what you tell me. Um, and effectively, it follows Saba, who is this scholar of the astral sea, and he has attempted to open that up. And in doing so, a device of his own creation has malfunctioned. He's then accused of murder after it explodes in a town. Whether or not he did it is kind of the question. Is he actually guilty? Is he responsible for this massacre, essentially, especially when it is his own people, because he is a refugee? He's then interrogated by a man from the Empire. And the Empire is something that is in each one of my books. I studied ancient history. Like, I have a degree in ancient history. So but my primary focus was on the Roman Empire, especially initially, like 180, basically, with Augustus. Um, but I also was looking into the empire as it became too big to handle, to sustain itself. What happens when you are part of a warring empire that is intent on colonizing and absorbing other cities into their own culture and subsuming these people? What happens when you get too big, you can't actually handle it? What happens when you have an emperor who is dying? What happens then? So that's basically a theme throughout the books, and Saba is a victim of that colonization effort effectively, and he's fled to a country that is just out of the Empire's reach. So they're always on shaky terms with the Empire. So it is actually quite a plot heavy book. A lot of my books are really plot heavy. I trick people with the gay romance, and I actually make you read about politics. And other than that, I have Volatile Memory coming out, and Volatile Memory I'm really excited about. It is a bit of a hard write, I suppose, from the rest of the books that I've written. First of all, I mean the pairing are two women. One of the women is actually dead though, so it's confusing. It's a novella. It's much smaller than anything I've written, and that is a skill I don't really have, the short form stuff. So it was a big challenge. Volatile Memory is a sapphic sci fi novella. It's an adventure novella. It follows a scavenger named Willa who stumbles across a piece of tech that has a human consciousness trapped inside it. And in this world, everyone wears masks and they're all animalistic. They have animal qualities to them. They're AIs that effectively help people navigate this highly capitalistic world. Willa wears a rabbit mask. It's like prey animal instincts. It gives you warnings. It gives you a heads up so you can get out of there. But the mask that she finds, it's a hawk. But hawks don't exist. They're not on the market. So everyone of her cast tries to get this piece of tech. And that's basically how the book opens, with a bloodbath of every scavenger trying to get whatever this tech is. Because if she sells it, it's her ticket out of poverty, essentially. She's no longer confined to her caste as a scavenger. She can do whatever she wants, as anyone with a lot of money tends to be able to do. The first chapter is in second person. I'll let you ponder on why that is. And that book is up for pre-order now as well. My other project, because I do too much, is I'm doing a Kickstarter for Reforged's prequel. It's called Crucible. It's a really low stakes romance. That one is mostly a romance. There are politics involved, but I promise it's a romance. And that is getting a beautiful special edition that I designed. Hopefully, if we fund anyway, that starts on February 4th. All in all, I really want to talk about publishing here, all sorts of publishing, what's happening in the industry trends, why things are how they are in publishing. I also want to talk about writing, my approach, how I write books, how often I'm doing this, and how I'm sustaining myself as a full-time author, and basically anything else that you would like to see. Thanks so much, and I hope you stick around.